welcome to Allie's Annotation. My name is Allie. Now let's talk about books. This is going to be our week 1 of NetGalley November reading vlog. I have not done a reading vlog before, so we're just going to see how this goes. To kick off the month, I am going to start by rolling 3 reads from our prompt board. I've already gone through and picked books that align with every single prompt on this board, except for the ones that require me to post on social media. So all I need to do now is roll for them. I just rolled in another video that I'll be posting to Instagram, so you can head to Instagram or to YouTube Shorts to view that one. I rolled the prompt, read a book that is 50% orange, and I'm going to be reading Isn't It Obvious by Rachel Runya Katz. This one looks so good. It's a situation where a woman has to hire somebody to help her with her business, and they're remote, so they never meet in person. She emails him by her podcast name. He replies with his real name that he uses for business, and they don't realize that they know each other in person already by nicknames, or in her case, her real name, his case, a nickname. And they're falling in love via email, and they don't even realize they hate each other in real life. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This video is already starting off at a very high level. Our next roll was selecting a book from the Listen Now section, and I am choosing to do The Robe of Rainbow Feathers. This is the first time that I'm doing a children's book from NetGalley, and I don't usually read children's books, but I would really, really like to hit my goal this month of reading so many books. I think my goal technically, my soft goal is to read 20 books. My stretch goal is 29. So this will help me. And I'm also working on filling up a little free library that I'm going to be having at my house. So I'm reading some children's books to evaluate what books would be great to support kids in my area and help them read diversely. I also have the e-arc of this, so I will read both formats. My last roll. The dice gods were listening to me. And they got the prompt, read a book with the name in the title. I want something to set it on in frame. Ellie Hayes and the Himbos by Vanessa King. This is a woman who has endometriosis, suddenly needs a place to live. 3 frat boys take her in. She teaches them how to adult. They teach her how to take control of her body and make it work for her because she has endo and it's hard. And they have a hot older brother that's her age and he's there. I have an advanced copy from the publisher. I have an e-arc from NetGalley. I have an ALC from NetGalley. So let's go ahead and start with this one and get reading. All right. I've been reading in bed with my puppy girl. Maggie, do you want to say hi? This is Maggie. Hi, good girl. She's napping. And so far, it's really good. The main character is so funny. She has just this deflective humor because of what she's struggling through, and I feel it real hard. Really, really hard. One book down. Okay, so I have finished the book, and I really enjoyed it. I don't want to give too much away for what happens at the end, but Ellie is an endo girly who is struggling with her health, continuing to develop, her body continuing to how she feels, if she feels like it's failing her. Ellie has this super sarcastic, kind of protective wit to her. She uses humor to deflect from everything that she's feeling about these things with her body. And what I think is really cool about this book is that it uses the 3 himbo characters here as this juxtaposition. I'm going to sit up because I'm not super comfy. But I think what's really cool about that juxtaposition is that it's almost like these himbos are so goofy and not a realistic level of himbo, I don't think, but they're so goofy and over the top silly that it is in deep contrast to the seriousness of what Ellie's dealing with and how this interplay between significant levity and things that make you feel like you could dive into the depths of depression. I really enjoyed reading about it. Not to say I enjoy reading people's struggles, but I think that the way that this was done was it came from a very real place, and I really liked that. we are on to book 2 and maybe some dry shampoo also. All right, I'm going to start my second book today, which is going to be Isn't It Obvious by Rachel Runya Katz. I have an e-arc of it. And me and my husband, say hi.
Hi.
We are having a garage sale, I guess. It's not in the garage, it's on the driveway, and it's Minnesota, so it's really, really cold. But I'm going to be reading. I'm going to put gloves on and hopefully not freezing. So I'll check in later. Update, I did not make it very long outside. I just came inside because it is so cold in Minnesota right now. So I'm going to read in my basement. Eventually I'm going to take off my jacket once I'm warm. But it's going really well. I'm like 18% in and I like it so far. The premise is something that I knew that I would really like. It's basically this woman, Yale, she is a podcaster, and beginning, she meets this guy who slept with her roommate, who's sneaking out of the apartment, and she hates him. Then she hires an editor to help with her podcast, and she really likes the person that she hired for her podcast. She just doesn't know that it's the same guy she caught sneaking out of her apartment. So they're like getting closer in one regard, but they don't like each other in the other regard, and I like that. So I like it so far. Hello, an update. I am currently sprinting. You can't see me right now, but I did decide to go ahead and read the children's book that I drew for one of my first 3. It was called A Robe of Rainbow Feathers, and it went super quick. I mean, it was a children's book, a picture book, and it was really cute. I think I'm gonna read it like a medium though, because the language feels really advanced. The moral of the story is that your attitude affects the world around you, but the language that it used was really advanced for children, and so I'm worried that like children won't get it, or that it won't hit for them because it doesn't use words that are familiar to them. And yes, they should learn new words, but at the same time, needs to be, something that they need to have some context clues. So I don't know. It was a medium, but I am sprinting. The stream just voted on my new Kindle case to put on for this week. And I'm going to keep going on Isn't It Obvious? So just checking in. Good morning. Good morning. We are going to do a little moisturizing, a little getting ready for the day. And today I am volunteering at a local book fair to me. My area has really been popping off with bookish events. I'm very much a fan of it. And we have just such a great group of local authors. And so one of them is putting together just a little book fair today. I say little, there's like 2,000 people RSVP'd to it on Facebook, which is awesome. And so I'm volunteering and I need a book to read on the way down. I live like an hour away from most stuff in the Twin Cities area in Minnesota. And so I always like to listen to audiobooks on the way. And for the books that I've drawn so far for NetGalley November, I have finished 2 of my 3. The third one, the third one, I am like 30% through, but it's not an audiobook at all. And so I need something else to read. So I'm going to, I think, roll some more dice for more books for week 1, which is crazy. I feel so motivated to be reading already. I'm really, really happy with it. So yay, NetGalley November. And we're going to see what additional books we get to read. So I'm going to go roll for my reads and then I will be right back. All right, the dice have spoken. So here's our game board currently with our 3 reads. We are adding to this the square with, I should be ready and paying attention. We are adding to this the 1-6, read a book from a BIPOC author, which is going to be Female Fantasy by Iman Hariri Kia. We are also going to be adding square 1-5, which is find a story that focuses on siblings. And we're going to read A River of Golden Bones by A.K. Mulford. This one I am counting as an arc this month because I need to read it in order to read a sequel that is an arc from NetGalley. And then the third book that we are going to read is actually square 6-6, which is going to be apply for a book out of your comfort zone. I already completed the action to be ready so that I can read it. And this is going to be Before I Forget by Tori Henwood Hohen. This is a lit fic that talks about working with a parent who has Alzheimer's and how it affects your life, etc. So I'm really excited to get into reading this as well. Yay! I am going to, 2 of these are on audiobook for me, which is awesome. And so I am going to go put an audiobook on while I drive down to the cities this morning. So talk to you later. Hey, hello. I just got done volunteering for the Grown Up Book Fair at Forgotten Star Brewing in the Minneapolis area. And it was awesome. And I did get to read a little bit on the way here for A River of Golden Bones, and I will also do it on the way back because I got it on audiobook from Libby. But I did get a couple things today. I didn't go ham, but I got a couple things, and I just wanted to... First, there's a cookie maker called Cookies on the Fly in the Minneapolis area, and they make such cute bookish cookies, like this little bookshelf, this bookmark, buy me books and tell me I'm pretty. I'm gonna give this to my husband, and it'll be like a subtweet. They made these adorable ones for fall. They're pies. They're so cute. Are you kidding me? And they're like toasted too a little bit, which I really, really like. I think they're just absolutely adorable. And then I did 2 blind date with the books. So first, the Cookies Place. They did this at the last book fair. I saw them at too. They give you a little book description on a bag, and inside the bag will be a cookie with a book. And here's my bookie. My bookie. It's Chasing Sunsets by J.E. Joyce. So then I went and I got the corresponding book from J.E. Joyce. Like, look at that. I'm flabbergasted every single time I see these. They match so freaking well. And then, of course, Jess did sign this for me. So, yay. And then I also grabbed this blind date with a book. And I have not opened yet. So I will probably open this on my Instagram. So, yay. And now I'm going to continue reading A River of Golden Bones. When I get home, I'm probably going to switch back to Isn't It Obvious? Just because that was part of my first bout of rolls, and I want to get that one done first. But that's the plan for the day. I might stop and get some dinner. We'll see. Good morning. It's the next day. How do people do this for blogs? Do they just be like, a day has passed? Like when we start a new chapter in a book, like 2 weeks later. Anyway, it's the next morning. It's Monday, and last night I stayed up and I finished Isn't It Obvious by Rachel Rania Katz, and it was so good. I like, whenever I try to rate a book, I try to think about, was there anything that I thought could have been improved, etc. If there's like nothing that can be improved, but maybe I didn't feel the emotional impact, things like that. And this is going to get a very high rating from me. I'm working through writing my review right now, and this just... man, oh man, I recommend it. It is a contemporary romance, and get this. There's no miscommunication. No miscommunication trope. Can you believe? If that doesn't convince you to read this, I don't know what will. It was so good. Read it. I am going to be working today. I'm going to be driving another 2-hour sprint today. So I'm going to be reading more of A River of Golden Bones on audiobook. I kind of want to reserve this for reading on audiobook, just so that I have an audiobook to be reading, even though I have the physical copy too. And then I'm going to be working on Female Fantasy, which is the next book that I rolled. So yay! I'm feeling so good. I know that I'm going to run out of steam sometime, but I am working on them books. I love it. And I learned a new way to like put my hair up, and it's giving me like a little bit of curls. They won't last, but we're happy while they're here. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my goodness. He likes to start his mornings off licking. Hi. I forgot to update last night. I was so busy. But I got well over halfway through A River of Golden Bones. I'm focusing on getting this one finished. And then I did start Female Fantasy, but I have an audiobook of it now too. So I'm just working on both of them, trying to get these done. And I woke up a little early this morning. Clearly beautiful. Specifically so that I could have some time to read and get this one finished before work starts. I do really like this so far. I think the biggest thing to note is that the main character is 20 and she talks like she's 20. She's a fresh 20, a crisp 20. She's 20 in like 2 days. So she does talk like she's 20. And so it's a little bit of like a grain of salt situation, because sometimes I'm like, ooh, this feels like her narration specifically sometimes feels a little juvenile. And then I'm like, oh, that's because she's basically still a teenager. That said, I'm really interested in where the story is going. Like, I want to know how this is going to end. And I know that there's 2 other books. I'm like, what else can be happening here? So, yeah, I'm going to keep hitting it. I've been reading so slowly. I'm going to be starting my sprints in just a little bit here. It is Wednesday, and I am 25% into female fantasy. I'm reading it on my Kindle and audiobook. And I don't know, my motivation to read, combined with the fact that there's a lot to do, like cleaning my office. I don't know. I've been reading really slow. It's day 5 and I finished 4 books. So it's not that bad, but I really am wanting to get things done. Side note though, instead of reading, I did actually like get a review posted on my channel for the first time in a very long time. So that's exciting. That's very good. Maybe tonight I will see more of you on sprints and you will inspire me to read, and that'll be good. But also I find that I am less motivated because I am thinking about the new Veronica Roth book that cover was just announced by Tor today. If I get approved for this book, I am going to lose my ever-loving mind. It's called Seek the Traitor's Son by Veronica Roth, and I love her books. So that is living up here right now. It's taking up all the space. Okay, we are currently sprinting, so you all are right back there. And on the sprint, you all voted to change my Kindle cover to my Smut Tropes cover. Nice job. And my hair is doing something fantastic. But have I been reading a whole lot? No. I am going to read more in bed tonight, but I've really been just preparing more of my reviews and stuff like that. So I don't know why reading is so hard right now. I think I went too hard the first couple of days. This is book 5 and we're on day 5, so maybe I just went too fast. I don't know, but I'm trying to get through this book. I'm working on it. How do I make my good hair day motivate me? Okay, so I forgot to give an update yesterday. It's Friday. It's the last day of week number 1 for NetGalley November. And first, I feel like my hair is getting more voluminous and better throughout the course of the vlog. So yay. But I finished Female Fantasy. I had to stay up really late to get it done. So, I did enjoy it. And I think that there are there are things about it that I really liked, because this book is a love letter to romance readers and to the romance genre. And there was a quote that I really, really loved at the beginning of it. And why don't I pull that up here on the Kindle? So the quote is, call it eternal optimism or naivete or whatever, but there is value in believing in love, power in the idea that I am worthy of someone who loves me for exactly who I am. That quote was at 30% in, and it was just, I love that this book is about empowering people to love stories of romance and to put value in relationships and love and yourself. I think that was really, really nice, and I loved that overall message of the book. I did struggle a little bit with the format, because the book is told where each chapter has a section where we're with the main character or with her story, and a section that is us reading her favorite book series. So the main character has a favorite book series that she's obsessed with her book boyfriend. And it's very ACOTAR coded. The title of this book series is A Tale of Salt, Water, and something. Anyway, that's a whole separate thing. But every chapter, half the chapter is main character story, half the chapter is a chapter from the book that she loves. So only half the book was the main character story, and I wanted more, and it kept pulling, like every time I would be really engaged in a chapter, then it pulls me out of it to go read this other part of the story that I didn't feel like I needed because I know what ACOTAR is about. I know that story. I didn't need that, and there was so much of it. So that was really tough for me. Overall message of the book, really, really enjoyed. I loved some of the quotes from it. The formatting of it was, the choice for that was difficult. But the audiobook narrator, 8. Audiobook narrator, 8 hard. So Samantha Brentmore, if you're watching this, 10s across the board. You did an awesome job. On to our last book of week 1. I have started, and I am currently 33% in because I started and I've been getting through it tonight. I'm watching Atya's sprints right now. Shout out Atya and Kelly because I was watching hers too. But this is Before I Forget by Tori Henwood Hoen, and it's a lit fic, which is very unusual for me. The title screen is literally just the words, and I'm enjoying it so far. Lit fic really struggles to engage me a lot, so I am listening to the audiobook as well to really get through it. But so far, I mean, it is I do really like it, and there are some parts that are definitely pulling on my heartstrings. So we're gonna see how this goes. An update. Late at night. It is very late, so I'm gonna try and be quiet. But I'm 75% of the way through Before I Forget by Tori Henwood Hoen. And this book is like heart achy. Like, it's not straight sadness, but it makes my heart ache because it's about loss and grief while things are still happening and moving forward, and while you want to keep moving forward. And oh, this is just beautifully written. If you are going through a journey with someone who has Alzheimer's, it would be really good. But wow, I usually don't love lit fic, but I love this. Also, enjoy my stars. My husband calls me a sneetch from Dr. Seuss the Sneetches because of this. So I'm gonna go to bed and finish the last 25%, the last hour of the book. Okay, so the ending of Before I Forget is really sad. Oh my god. I'm listening to the audiobook at like 2.25, 2.5 times speed. And for the last 20 minutes of listening, which means like the last hour of the book, I have been sobbing. Oh my god. Oh no. I have like 5 minutes left and I'm like, I can make it. I can make it. Oh, it's so sad. All right, I am fully done reading now. And that was so good. That was so good. What a way to end week 1. I literally cried through like the last hour of the book. And it was just such a moving story of grief and memory and parenthood and childhood, and I will recap the week coming soon once I take a minute and moisturize my face. I'm dehydrated. All right, week 1 of NetGalley November is over, which is crazy. November is a month that has a lot going on for me because it's my birthday month. It's lots of family birthdays. I've got stuff going on every weekend. And so it's nuts that I'm already so ahead on the reading that I wanted to do. So this week, I read 6 books and about 1,500 pages total so far. And that feels really good. I cannot believe that I've done so well so far. So obviously, I have read 5 of those books were arcs. One of them was a book that is earlier in a series for an arc that I have to read. So 5 of them were arcs, which is still pretty good. I did listen to 3 of them on audiobook, so I really like that I had audiobook for 3 of them. I have an average star rating for the week of 4.0, which is really good because 2 of the books I read were 4.5 stars. That feels incredible because, usually I have maybe 1 or 2 books like that a month. And so to have 2 that are 4.5 stars in the first week is awesome, especially because as the month progresses, I will think about it a little bit more. I might bump a star rating up, might bump a star rating down before it gets to the end of the month. But it was a really good week of reading. This is my first time ever doing a reading vlog, so I'm sure that I'll learn more about what I might want to do for next week's, but overall, I'm really excited. I'm loving NetGalley November. I love the prompts. I love the dice rolls that I'm getting to do, and it's a real fun time. So thank you for being here with me. In case you didn't know, I am doing dice rolls for my reads on shorts. So here on YouTube, I will let you know the results of my rolls, but you can go to shorts to actually see the rolls themselves, because next up, I'm going to start my week 2 reading vlog, and we're going to get started on our next 3 reads. As for my NetGalley stats so far, I started the month with 39 reads to review at 57%. Now, in this first week, I have gotten approved for 4 more books. However, because several of the books I've done so far this month also had audiobook versions, it means that I have actually reviewed 9. So we're down to 36 needing to be read, and my NetGalley score is up to 63%. So 6% increase. We have a goal for the month to overall increase my score 23%. We're 1/4 done with the month, and an increase of 6% is 1/4 of the way to my percentage increase goal. I'm feeling really good about this, so I think I can do it. We're gonna hit 80%. We're gonna do it. We can definitely do this. All right, I am going to go read some more arcs, and then I'll check in with you next time.